Raw iron ore is collected from storage yards before entering the steel production system.
Heavy machinery lifts the ore and moves it toward the feeding system. The ore is released into a hopper that feeds it into the processing line. Inside the hopper, the ore moves downward under gravity toward the conveyor system. A vibrating screen separates the ore into different sizes for controlled processing. Smaller particles are directed into a separate line for controlled feeding. Magnetic separation removes unwanted material, isolating iron-rich components.
Prepared raw material moves forward into the plant for the next phase of processing.
Prepared iron ore and scrap steel are directed toward the furnace through a controlled charging system. The conveyor lifts the raw material upward, guiding it into the furnace charging system. Raw material enters the furnace, where extreme heat begins affecting its structure. Inside the furnace, the material begins to absorb heat, slowly changing color and structure. As heat increases, the metal begins to soften while still maintaining its solid structure. The temperature continues to rise, bringing the material closer to a softened state. Temperature is carefully monitored to maintain controlled heating conditions inside the furnace. Airflow systems feed the furnace, sustaining the high temperatures needed for further transformation. The heated metal approaches a critical point where it is ready to transition into liquid form.
Inside the furnace, the heated metal begins to lose its solid form, turning into a semi-liquid mass under extreme temperature.
The remaining solid pieces continue melting, blending into a thick, glowing liquid.
At this stage, the metal is fully melted, forming a dense and uniform molten steel. The molten steel remains in constant motion, maintained by extreme heat inside the furnace. The molten steel gathers at the base, forming a concentrated pool ready for transfer. The liquid steel moves toward a controlled outlet for transfer.
The system prepares to release the molten steel through a controlled tapping mechanism.
The liquid metal flows steadily through a guided channel toward the next stage. Molten steel begins flowing out through a controlled tapping channel. The molten steel is directed into a large ladle for controlled transfer. Molten steel is directed into a large ladle where it begins to collect for transfer. The ladle fills steadily as molten steel accumulates into a deep liquid mass. The ladle is designed to hold and transport large volumes of molten steel safely. Once filled, the molten steel settles into a stable liquid surface inside the ladle. An overhead crane moves into position to lift the filled ladle. The crane securely locks onto the ladle, preparing it for movement. The ladle is lifted carefully, carrying molten steel through the plant.
The crane transports the molten steel toward the casting section for shaping.
The ladle tilts, preparing to pour molten steel into molds for shaping. Molten steel is poured into a casting mold where shaping begins immediately. As cooling begins, a solid outer shell forms while the inside remains molten.
The solidifying steel emerges as a red-hot bloom with a defined rectangular shape.
Rollers guide the bloom forward while maintaining its alignment and shape. Water sprays cool the surface, strengthening the outer layer of the steel.
As it moves forward, the bloom cools further and becomes more structurally solid.
The cut bloom sections continue moving forward for further processing. These solid steel blooms are now ready to enter the rolling stage. The red-hot steel bloom enters the rolling mill, where its shape begins to change under heavy pressure. Powerful rollers compress the steel, reducing its thickness and extending its length. After initial compression, the steel moves forward to the next rolling stage for further shaping. Shaped rollers begin refining the steel into a more controlled form. Guide systems keep the steel aligned as it moves through each stage.
The steel moves continuously through multiple rolling stands, each refining its shape further.
After initial rolling, the steel continues forward for more precise shaping. The steel is drawn through high-speed rollers, increasing its length significantly. As it exits the rollers, the steel moves faster while maintaining a controlled path. Looping sections help control speed and tension as the steel moves between rolling stages. Each pass through the rollers continues to refine the length and thickness of the steel. Vertical rollers adjust the width, ensuring consistent dimensions along the length.
Tension control systems keep the steel moving smoothly, without distortion.
The steel continues into shaping stands, where its final form will begin to take shape. The elongated steel continues forward, ready for detailed shaping into its final profile. The shaping rollers begin forming the distinct profile of the rail from the elongated steel bar. Under controlled pressure, the steel begins forming the head, web, and foot structure. The steel now shows a clear rail structure as it moves toward further refinement. Further shaping refines the rail profile, improving its structural geometry. Guide systems ensure the rail maintains a straight and stable path. Final shaping rollers bring the rail to its exact profile dimensions. The formed rail moves forward with consistent alignment and structure. The fully shaped rail now moves forward for heat treatment to improve its strength. The shaped rail enters a controlled furnace where its internal structure will be strengthened. Inside the furnace, the rail is reheated evenly to improve its internal properties. The rail reaches a uniform high temperature across its entire structure. At peak temperature, the rail undergoes internal structural changes that increase its strength. After heating, the rail moves out of the furnace, ready for controlled cooling. Controlled airflow begins cooling the rail while preserving its internal structure. As cooling continues, the rail becomes more stable and retains its strengthened structure. The rail now holds its strength after controlled heating and cooling. The strengthened rail moves forward for final shaping and finishing operations. The rail enters the final cooling section, where its temperature continues to decrease.
High-capacity airflow removes remaining heat from the rail surface.
As it moves forward, the rail cools evenly along its entire length. The cooled rail enters a straightening system to correct any slight bends. Controlled pressure from multiple rollers ensures the rail becomes perfectly straight. After straightening, the rail maintains a uniform and precise alignment.
Measurement systems ensure the rail meets precise dimensional standards.
Alignment systems position the rail for precise cutting operations. The rail is now fully straightened and ready for precise length cutting. The straightened rail is positioned accurately for cutting into specific lengths. A high-speed cutting disc begins slicing through the solid steel rail. The cutting process separates the rail into precise individual lengths. After cutting, the rail segments move forward for edge finishing. Grinding tools are used to smooth the freshly cut edges of the rail.
The grinding process removes irregularities, creating a clean and smooth edge.
Additional grinding ensures a precise and uniform finish on the rail ends.
Cleaning systems remove loose scale and debris from the rail surface. The finished rail segments are now ready for inspection. After cutting and finishing, the rails move forward for detailed inspection. Finished rails enter the inspection section for detail quality checks. Laser systems scan the rail to verify its exact dimensions and profile accuracy. Ultrasonic testing checks the internal structure for hidden defects.
High-resolution systems examine the rail surface for any imperfections.
Each rail is marked with identification details for traceability and quality tracking.
A protective coating is applied to prevent corrosion during storage and use. Airflow dries the coating, creating a stable protective layer on the rail surface.
The rails are now fully processed and ready for storage and transport.
The finished rails are stacked securely, ready for transport and installation.
Finished rails are stored in outdoor yards before being transported for installation. Heavy machinery lifts the rails and prepares them for transport to installation sites. The rails are loaded onto transport vehicles for delivery to railway construction sites. The rails are transported over long distances to reach construction sites. At the site, the rails are unloaded and prepared for installation.
Sleepers are arranged to form a stable base for the rails.
Rails are carefully positioned onto the sleepers to form the track line.
Fastening systems secure the rails firmly to the sleepers. The installed rails form a continuous track ready for use.
These rails now support trains, carrying heavy loads across long distances every day.